Shopping like a billionaire? What does that even mean? It means a winter coat for $8, wireless headphones for $2, a smartwatch, a kitchen mixer, a set of steak knives, all for less than 10 bucks. The orange ads are everywhere, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, even your grandma's Facebook feed. And this aggressive push has fueled one of the fastest global expansions in internet history, launching in over 90 markets since 2022, with explosive growth in the US, UK, Canada, and across Europe. It's forced shoppers everywhere to ask the same two questions. How is this possible, and what's the catch? The answers are buried in financial filings, government investigations, product recalls, and court documents, and what they reveal is alarming. This isn't a sustainable new business model. It's an aggressive, capital-intensive market invasion built on exploiting trade loopholes and dumping every risk onto consumers, regulators, and workers. The nightmare so many report, missing packages, toxic toys, data leaks, isn't a bug, it's a feature. This is the Temu equation: impossibly cheap prices balanced against a mountain of hidden and frankly terrifying costs. To understand the nightmare, you first have to understand the price. How can Temu sell products for pennies? It's not one thing. It's a deliberate three-part economic engine designed for one purpose: dominate global markets at any cost. Let's break it down. And if this kind of investigation is valuable to you, please hit like and subscribe. It makes a huge difference for the channel. Temu isn't a store. It's not a retailer like Amazon or Walmart that buys inventory and stands behind it. Temu is a hollow marketplace, a C2M platform that connects consumers directly to over 80,000 Chinese factories. This is the core price hack. It cuts out importers, distributors, brands, and domestic retailers, all the middlemen who normally add 3x to 5x markup. But here's the dark side. It also cuts out accountability. Temu doesn't own a single product it sells. Zero inventory, zero liability. All legal and ethical responsibility, product safety, chemical compliance, labor sourcing, is dumped onto anonymous overseas sellers who vanish if something goes wrong. This creates a brutal race to the bottom. Temu's rules are ruthless. Sellers must price below AliExpress. Miss a quota, like 30 units sold and $90 in revenue in 14 days, and you're delisted overnight. Some sellers report being pressured to sell at a loss just to stay visible. In that pressure cooker, skipping safety tests, using banned chemicals, or ignoring labor standards isn't negligence, it's survival. And this isn't just a US problem. Regulators in the UK, EU, and Canada are seeing the same flood of non-compliant goods. Those rock-bottom prices aren't from efficiency. Temu is running a multi-billion-dollar loss leader blitz, losing money on nearly every order to steal market share from Amazon, Shein, and local retailers worldwide. It's bankrolled by its parent company, PDD Holdings, which uses profits from its Chinese app, Pinduoduo, to fund Temu's global conquest. The financial toll is staggering. In Q1 2025, PDD's net profit plummeted 47% to $2 billion, while operating expenses jumped 37%, driven almost entirely by Temu's ad spend. Revenue growth crashed from 131% in early 2024 to just 10% by Q1 2025. This is a high-stakes gamble. In 2024 alone, Temu spent $4.3 billion on global advertising, flooding Super Bowl ads, TikTok, and search engines worldwide. PDD is betting that once it locks in hundreds of millions of users, it can raise prices and finally turn a profit. But with regulators closing in, time is running out. The real secret weapon? A trade rule called the de minimis exemption, present in the US $800, UK $135, and EU €150. It lets low-value packages enter duty-free, tax-free, and inspection-free. Temu's average order? Just $38.90, well under every threshold. So while local retailers pay full tariffs on bulk imports, Temu shipped millions of microparcels straight from China. Zero tariffs, zero customs checks. A US congressional report found Temu and Shein accounted for over 30% of all de minimis packages entering the US in 2022. Similar surges have been documented in the UK and EU, where low-value imports jumped over 50% in a single year. This wasn't a perk, It was the oxygen keeping Temu's entire global business alive. But this engine, you pay the price in the nightmare. Not random glitches, systemic fallout from a model that externalizes every cost to consumers. First nightmare, product unsafe by design. This isn't speculation, it's documented by agencies across the West. In July 2025, the European Commission confirmed Temu is a hotspot for illegal, toxic goods, especially baby toys and electronics. The US CPSC, UK's OPPS, and EU consumer groups have all issued recalls. Magnetic water balloons that can perforate a child's intestines, toys with phthalates at 240 times the legal limit, 100% of children's items tested failing safety rules, fake certifications, choking hazards, missing warnings. These aren't isolated incidents, they're the predictable output of a system with no real oversight. Second nightmare, the human cost. The US House Committee concluded there is an extremely high risk that Temu's supply chains are contaminated with forced labor. Under laws like the US Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act, goods from Xinjiang are banned. Temu's response? Zero audits of 80,000 plus suppliers, no ban on Xinjiang-sourced goods, no verification system. And because de minimis shipments bypass customs scrutiny, tainted goods flow in unchecked, not just to the US, but to any country using similar loopholes. Now, 21 US state attorneys general, plus regulators in Europe and Canada, are investigating. Third nightmare, your service hell. Long shipping, 7 to 25 days from China, but the real pain comes after. The Better Business Bureau has logged over 5,100 complaints in the US, with a 2.36 5 out of 5 rating. Similar patterns appear in Trustpilot reviews and EU complaint portals. Common issues? Orders marked delivered that never arrive. Returns denied because the seller can't afford to lose money. Customer service bots with no human backup. Real support costs money. And in Temu's model, every dollar saved is a dollar off your price. But the real gut punch, the hidden nightmare, it's not the product, it's the app. Evidence from cybersecurity firms and lawsuits suggests the cheap goods are just bait. The real product is your data. Look at Temu's sister app, Pinduoduo, same parent company. In March 2023, Google removed Pinduoduo for sophisticated spyware that gained root-level access to Android phones, read your texts, emails, and notifications, monitored other apps, and blocked uninstallation. Then came the chilling twist. 2 days after the scandal, PDD reassigned the malware team to Temu. Now, class action lawsuits in the US and investigations in Europe allege Temu does the same. Harvests biometrics, fingerprints, facial scans, overrides privacy settings, and sells data to third parties. Temu is losing billions on sales. So how will it ever profit? You're not the customer. You're the commodity. The equation is cracking. Temu's global blitz was built on 3 shaky pillars: a hollow, no-responsibility supply chain, a bottomless cash burn, and trade loopholes in the US, UK, and EU. Now, all 3 are collapsing. On August 29, 2025, the US abolished its $800 de minimis exemption for commercial shipments. The UK is reviewing its £135 threshold. The EU plans to kill its €150 exemption by 2028 or sooner. Temu's rushed pivot to local warehouses proves it. Its innovation was never logistics, it was regulatory arbitrage. To survive, Temu must now audit 80,000 plus suppliers, implement real safety checks, hire customer service teams, strip spyware from its app. Each step adds cost. Each step erodes its only selling point, price. The Temu equation, cheap goods versus hidden hell, is mathematically collapsing. Please like this video, share it with a friend who shops on Temu, and subscribe for more unfiltered deep dives into the hidden costs of the digital economy. What's your Temu horror story? Drop it in the comments below. See you next time.